The answer is false. So it's estimated that about 1 to 2% of the population has got psoriasis. Yeah. Dandruff is not related to psoriasis. True or false?
Oh, dandruff
Hello?
True. Yeah, cause
You confirm or not?
yes, confirm, triple confirm.
Good day. I'm Dr. Colin Theng. I'm the president of the Psoriasis Association of Singapore and a consultant dermatologist at the Skin Specialist and Laser Clinic at Mount Alvernia Medical Centre. Today, I have two guests whom I'm sure you'd love to meet today.
Hi, my name is Oriana, and I'm so excited to be here to learn more about psoriasis from you, Dr. Theng.
Hi everyone, my name is Cordelia and I'm just here to answer true or false. So let's go.
Great. So without further ado, let's start with the first question. Let's go. Psoriasis is a rare skin disease. Let's go.
False. I say false because I think that there's a lot of skin diseases that are actually different, many types. So I think that it's not rare. I think it's very common. Yeah, that's how I feel.
I said it is false because if not there, Dr. Theng, you'll be out of a job, yeah?
I think both of your answers are correct. Okay. Psoriasis is not a rare skin disease. In fact, about 1% of the population or 2% of the population has got psoriasis. So if you estimate in Singapore, maybe about 40,000 or 50,000 people may be actually living with psoriasis.
Or that they don't know that they had it as well, right?
Yeah, some may not know, some may know, but it's not that uncommon, right? Okay, next question. Psoriasis can have different forms of presentation. True or false?
Different answer. I think they do have different kinds. It's like how when they say eczema, there's different types of eczema. So I think it's the same for that as well.
Oh, I think it's false because I think it might just be one type of, like it's very obvious if it's psoriasis or if it's some other kind of skin disorder. I'm not sure.
That's true though.
Yeah, so the answer actually is that psoriasis can have different types of presentation. So the answer is true. But you're right, because there is a certain psoriasis, what we call psoriasis vulgaris, and that's the most common
Why does that
type
sound
of
so vulgar?
psoriasis. Yeah, the word vulgar actually means common, right? So psoriasis vulgaris is the most common form of psoriasis that you get, and they actually people present with very thick, scaly patches on the body. So majority of people have that. So that's a predominant type of psoriasis that you can have. But psoriasis can present in many other ways. You can get a form of psoriasis called guttate psoriasis, where you just get very small, tiny, scaly spots all over the body.
Wow.
Right? You can have a form of psoriasis called pustular psoriasis, where it's almost, the skin is very red with a lot of tiny pustules on the body.
Burst, right?
So that's another form of psoriasis, and you can even have a form of psoriasis called inverse psoriasis, where it predominantly affects the armpit, the groin, the buttock cleft, the flexural areas. Yeah, so I think there are many different types of presentation for psoriasis, but the commonest is called psoriasis vulgaris or plaque psoriasis.
Wow. It's like how COVID got many variants. Same thing.
Okay, symptoms of psoriasis come and go. True or false?
I think I got this correct. I'm quite confident. What's the answer?
The answer is true, right? So psoriasis can sometimes wax and wane, you know. There can be periods where the psoriasis gets a bit worse. There can be periods where the psoriasis can get better. So the symptoms can sometimes fluctuate. So
It's really like eczema, right? Because like when heat kind of reacts and then your skin tends to be a bit more sensitive and all that.
exactly, yeah. So in eczema, sometimes it can also have periods where it's worse and periods when it's better. So similarly for psoriasis, sometimes it can flare, sometimes it can get better.
So what is the difference between psoriasis as well as eczema then?
Yeah, so psoriasis and eczema are both chronic skin diseases, okay? So they present with very persistent patches of rashes. But in psoriasis, typically it's a lot thicker, a lot scalier,
Right.
okay? And
Severe, in other other words?
And well, you can have very severe eczema as well. So the presentation is slightly different, but both of them are chronic skin diseases, and they can affect the quality of life of the people who have the diseases.
I can imagine.
Okay, the next question. Dandruff is not related to psoriasis. True or false?
Oh, dandruff.
Hello?
True. Yeah. Cause
You confirm or not?
yes, to confirm, triple confirm. Why you say true?
Because dandruff is flaky skin
But it's
that...
part of your skin, what?
Yes. But dandruff is because your skin is dehydrated. It's not like a skin disorder. You know, you can heal.
Right.
You can heal from
That's
having
true.
dandruff, but you
Yeah.
cannot heal from having psoriasis. I think you cannot heal.
Can
fully.
maintain it, lah,
You
I
can
think.
maintain it, but I don't think you can heal fully. I think. Let's ask doctor.
I feel that, okay, for me, right, I think that like dandruff is because like you never wash your hair properly, then you know your hair itchy, then you scratch, or then like if you
Not
you
true.
suntan too much, right, then your head also gets burned. That's why I got the flakiness. Yeah, that's why. Dr. Theng, what do you think?
Okay, the answer is false.
We both wrong.
Oh my god, that's my first wrong!
Well, the thing is, dandruff actually is a very general term, right? I mean,
Yes.
it's a layman term. When we talk about dandruff, we're talking about scaly scalp, right?
Yeah.
And it's dandruff on which you can see as fine scales. Now, in mild cases of psoriasis, it can actually present like dandruff. You know, so dandruff, there are many causes. Seborrheic dermatitis, a type of eczema, is a very common cause, and psoriasis is actually a cause of dandruff. So sometimes a person might actually be having dandruff, and it
Not
could actually
realize.
not realize that actually it could be psoriasis. But when it starts getting very bad, they get very thick scales, and then they start getting very thick patches on the scalp. Then they say, "Hey, something's going on," and then actually when they see a doctor, they realize that actually what they had is psoriasis. So I think that the take-home point is that psoriasis can sometimes present as dandruff, you know, so do keep that in mind.
So what is the like red flag where when you realize like this is not dandruff and this
You need
is
to see a
I need to
doctor.
see a doctor.
Yeah, so I would say that usually psoriasis presents as like a severe form of dandruff. Okay, the scalp usually is much scalier than usual, and people when they feel very thick, rough patches on the scalp. So these are the telltale signs that you may actually be having psoriasis and just not the common sort of dandruff that you think you have. We can move on to the next question. Psoriasis is caused by poor hygiene. True or false?
Is there a yes and no?
Okay, maybe I can go first.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, so I say false because earlier on, doctor already mentioned that it is caused by genes, but I think that it can trigger, poor hygiene can trigger your psoriasis, but then you have to have it in your genetics before you can even get it in the first place.
I say like similarly, like I think to your answer as well, I say yes and no because it is caused by genetics, but also if you don't take care of your skin, then confirm your skin like.
But if you don't have it in your genetics, maybe no matter how much you have poor hygiene, you may not get it. I'm not sure.
Yeah, true, I guess. True.
Well, so the answer is that psoriasis is not caused
not caused.
by poor hygiene.
I meant
all right?
not caused.
Because as we mentioned, it's actually due to genetic factors, and the immune system actually plays a very important part. So in psoriasis, the immune system is sort of inappropriately activated. So the immune cells go to the skin, it releases various chemical signals.
No,
and
but then you see, if it's very hot, right, then you'll sweat a lot. Right? Then if you don't shower, it'll make your skin condition even worse. Right? Then it will cause more problems. Right?
Yeah, so in some individuals, it's true, heat and sweat sometimes may aggravate it, but it's not the cause, right? It's
Yeah, it's not the cause. Listen to the question properly.
Yeah, so it can sometimes aggravate, you know, some people, they scratch a lot, the heat and sweat and all that may actually aggravate it, but it's not the primary cause of psoriasis, right? So psoriasis is caused by genetic and certain environmental factors, okay? And that's something that's very important because we want people to know that psoriasis is not because you know, the person is not hygienic, is not taking care of himself, okay? So we must debunk that myth that psoriasis is due to poor hygiene. So the next question is, psoriasis is contagious. True or false?
1, 2. I say false because it's not like COVID, it's not transmissible. It's a genetic thing. If you have it, means you have it, passed down to generations. But if you generally don't have it, I would think that you're safe, and it's not like something like if I touch you, you got already, you know, that kind of thing. So yeah.
I say true because I was thinking more on the lines of like, if it's in my genetics and it's in your genetics, and if we are very close, like contact, and maybe in certain conditions
my
like
can pass to you.
no, as in like maybe there's like open wound, for example.
Right.
Yeah, and then it can pass over if it's also in your genetics.
So, but that's if it's an open wound lah.
Maybe.
Then that one must
Yeah.
ask Dr. Theng.
Okay, and the answer is false. Okay, so psoriasis definitely is not contagious. And this is something that we want to emphasize, and we also want to dispel any myths that out there that psoriasis is contagious, because it's not. Okay, there's no way that you can catch psoriasis by
Even if it's an open wound?
even if it's an open wound, okay, because it's not contagious.
Right.
So if you know somebody who's got psoriasis, just give him a hug, give him a fist bump. There's no way that you can catch psoriasis from someone just by mingling with that person. Okay, the next question. Psoriasis is not curable. True or false?
1, 2. I say it's true because I think that it's a genetic, as mentioned earlier on, and it's something that you just have to maintain it throughout. There's no cure for it, but there's a lot of different medicines now, especially when we are so high-tech, right?
Yeah, so as mentioned earlier, it's a chronic skin disease. So when you say chronic skin disease, it must mean that it's not curable.
Yeah.
And the answer is true. Both of you are absolutely right.
Bye-bye!
Okay, so psoriasis is a chronic skin disease, and unfortunately, even with the advances in medical science right now, we do not have a cure for psoriasis. But the good news is that we have many excellent treatments for psoriasis. We've got topical creams, we have phototherapy, we have oral medications, and now there's a new group of medications called biologics. And these are injectable medications that you can, inject.
Does it change your gene?
No, it doesn't change your genes. But these injectable medications are actually antibodies that block certain chemical signals in the body, and that can prevent and control psoriasis so well that even if half your body is covered, you've got almost 50% chance of being completely clear. So I think with the new treatment options, many patients who used to suffer with psoriasis so much have got now a new lease of life because they've got an excellent treatment that's available for them.
At the end of today's session, I think I learned a lot about psoriasis, and I always thought that it was just eczema as a main skin chronic problem, but learning all about this is definitely a whole new level. So thank you very much, Dr. Theng, for sharing with me.
Yeah, so for me, I actually already knew that psoriasis is a thing, but I never knew so many facts about it. So maybe to list a few, I learned that it is genetic and that the environment actually affects it. And also that it is a chronic disease that has no cure, but so many very advanced treatments that can help maintain and calm it down. So thank you so much, Dr. Theng, for your information today.
Thank you. It's really my pleasure to share this information with you. So I hope that today you have enjoyed the session on psoriasis, and I really had a wonderful time with our two fantastic guests, and I hope that you did too. And more importantly, I hope that you had a great time learning more about psoriasis. So wish all of you a good day.
Bye-bye.
Bye.